how was episode 7 of ReZero season 4? What would you guys rate it as? We just watched it. If you're watching on YouTube, the reaction should be out already, so go check that out before this or before completing this video. Anyways, so I put out a tweet before I watched it asking what people thought. John Cho, 100 out of 10. What did he give? Okay, so he says 6 is the best, followed by 3, then 7. I mean, I'm fine with this rating. I personally think, writing-wise, like the content covered, I think 7 was deeper written, right? Specifically, Julius's with Julius and Anastasia or Aridna. I mean, yeah, episode 3 was really good, but it was more the spectacle. That's what like made it very memorable to people. So I personally if I was just going off writing, I think 7 would be higher than 3, but when it comes to entertainment, I'm totally fine with people having 3 above 7 because yeah, this episode was very dialogue heavy compared to 6 and then 3. So I just care about the writing. Yeah, I mean that's fair, but it's also enjoyment isn't totally different than writing. Like I feel like if a episode is well written, oftentimes my enjoyment is correlated, but there are times where you can enjoy something a lot even though like the writing in that scene isn't especially deep, right? And obviously we love watching Subaru and Gore, so that's why people have 3 so high. But yeah, I'm fine with this rating. Personally, I would have 7 above 3, and then the rest I think would be kind of the same. Yeah. What happened in episode 5? Oh, this was right before. This is when they went to Stick Swinger. Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm fine with episode 5 being there. But we had didn't we have the melee conversation and stuff here? And then talking about Books of the Dead. I thought that was good. I don't know. Anyways, I think it was great. The novel readers were overdooming and it actually pissed me off. The abruptness of the ending was the right decision for leaving us with infinite questions. True, but one of my chatters linked me this, which I disagree with Ice saying he wished it was a more creative direction previously, but if they included this entire scene where Subaru is at the convenience store, if they cut to this instead of just Subaru waking up, that would have been better. That it'd make more sense with the title too, because in this episode we just see him it just cut and he wakes up like how it is in the novel. But if they had the creative decision to readapt entire episode 1 scene of him at the convenience store and then suddenly waking up in the Pleiades Tower instead of in Lugunica or in the capital like it was in episode 1, I think it would have been a better decision. It would be a good creative diversion from the novel. Am I wrong? Yeah, but that would would spoil the viewers that he lost his memories. Is better to have. What do you mean spoil? What do you? It literally the viewers should know if they put 2 and 2 together that Subaru lost his memories just from the dialogue and then the title of this episode. What do you mean spoil the viewer? It's not a spoiler. You're supposed to know that Subaru lost his memories in this. I'm so confused. Okay. I feel like it might be a little confusing. Could kind of hint that his mind was sent 2 different times as opposed to just a memory loss. Would it be confusing that he was maybe anime onlys would think he's reincarnated again? Not reincarnated, I mean fucking teleported again. True. It could be confusing if they adapted the convenience store or put in the convenience store. That could be. You're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe they shouldn't have put the convenience store. That would only serve to confuse the readers even more. Or not readers, watchers. We'll see. Anyways, let's keep reading. 8.5, but the cliffhanger made it into a 10. Really loved the dialogue in this episode and the suspicion of Subaru totally valid. And my boy Julius, I can't bro, he is at his lowest. Someone give him a appa. Yeah, the dialogue with Julius and the entire dialogue in the balcony scene was just great. It was great. I love it. It was a continuation of what we saw with the Julius stairs scene. Amazing. Especially, and also the tension between Subaru and Anna. I vaguely remember, I think in the novel there was more tension, right? But I think the anime still did well, right? Personally, I like this episode, but I do understand why people criticize it since it feels kind of underwhelming. However, making this episode weaker is going to be a huge change for episode 8 to 11. What does he mean? How does making this episode weaker gonna be a huge change? What is he saying they purposely made it weaker? I mean, it's not like they cut a lot from this or anything. I think it was quite slow paced, or not really slow paced, but the scenes were given time to breathe. I think the episode sucked. It was mostly just non-stop yapping, then suddenly Subaru wakes up in the green room with no memories and they don't explain it. I hate when ReZero does stuff like this because it feels confusing just for the sake of it and genuinely makes me hate it. Yeah, okay, I think we can ignore his opinion. Rage bait or LARP, you decide. 7 out of 10 week episode entire series. I never gonna watching this ep again. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's go into Ice's tweet. I think by now most people have or will have watched episode 7. What did you all think about it? 100 out of 10, Joncho. What did Joncho say here? Fuck leaker opinions. This is a top 3 episode of the season. I agree. This was a great episode. Because, I mean, sure, I think adaptation-wise, it wasn't as good as like episode 6, but the content it covered was very good. Like the entire, like, I think it was very well written, like the content it covered. So because of that, I think it's a top 3 episode this season. Yeah, fuck Ice, am I right? Okay, guys, don't say fuck Ice. I mean, I respect his takes, right? But Ice, yes, just remember, he's very critical of the anime. He's a novel first type of guy, which is fair. Of course, all of this is subjective, right? You don't have to like start hating people just because of a difference in opinion, right? I don't care about the weaker direction when the writing is this peak. The balcony scene and the cliffhanger were handled much better than Ice made me believe. Welcome to arc 6. Yeah, this is the beginning of the arc. This is the true beginning of the arc. And the author also said that Ice low-key got mainstream takes, like he's like a soul leveling fan but a little more advanced. What are you trolling? I'm so confused what you mean by this. It was definitely a step down direction wise from the last one. I do agree, especially the last sequence. It could have had a much bigger impact. I think if you aren't a novel reader, you might not even realize what happened, and it's just Subaru being silly. I think in the novel it was very sudden too, because in volume 22 the exact same thing happened. Like I don't think they really cut anything from this, and then like the volume ends right there. That's what I think. I remember it's very sudden too, and people will be very confused. Yeah, it was literally the same exact thing in the novel. Like what? Like are they just saying the novel was confusing, and because of that they should have changed it in the anime? I take Ice's take on the anime with a grain of snowflake. Okay, why do some novel readers think anime watchers are just stupid? Like they can figure things out? Yeah, I don't like if they're confused. Like I can see being a little bit confused, but use some context clues, right? It's not supposed to like hand feed you the answers, right? Walking out of the convenience store into a wondrous world. Okay, that's the title. And then Subaru says, "Oh my God, have I been transported? Have I been isekai'd, right, into another, or have I been isekai'd into another world?" I mean, it's like very obvious what happened. Sure, like the suddenness can confuse people, but I think it's kind of the same in the novel. It's like that's the deliberate choice by by Tappe. Ellen elitism? It's not even elitism. It's the same thing. Like the Ellen did the exact same thing, but they wanted to change from the LN. Like they wanted the anime to do something different, but the studio did the exact same thing. So like this is super weird. Sometimes people are angry that the studio takes a different approach in adapting the LN, but then other times they're also angry that the studio just adapts the LN as is, which I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to pick a side, but it's just funny, right? It's funny. Tappe or White Fox can never really win because they'll have people complain about both ways of adapting. So yeah, literal editing mistake where after Super left the green room, the scene where Subaru says "huh" when seeing the birds is misplayed. You can tell it's for inside the green room, both by the leaves behind and how the lighting went back to normal even though it had been diminished. What? I'm kind of confused. I don't know. Swimmy, what do the birds mean? I don't know. What do they mean, guys? People should just form their own opinions after watching and not dogpile on the show. I guess in an ideal world, right? Aside from some lingering shots, I really feel like most people's complaints with the episode should be directed at the source material and not the anime. Obviously, the balcony scene is important, and that was great, but nothing about the twist was overly cinematic in the novels. True. Like peeps complaining about it's not being creative enough when it's damn near one-to-one with the novels, but literally 5 episodes earlier shitting bricks about a very emotional scene, not adding some additional tears and taking a different cinematic route. Can't have it both ways. This is exactly what I was saying. This is exactly what I was saying. People they cry about both when it adapts the novel 1-to-1 and when it doesn't. Like you can't really, like White Fox can't win like at all, and I feel bad for them. Probably be a ReZero LARPer. Okay, chat ban him. Moz ban him. I mean, Amon stole my boy Subaru's memories. Who? I remember reading arc 6 and being so confused on why he lost his memories. I think novel readers are Discord. I mean, who is this? I mean, I don't know, because like we know it's Subaru. It's not like who is this, right? If this was Julius, right? Like this would make more sense if it was the Julius Gluttonide, his name being Gluttonide. But like I don't know who is this like matches in this situation. Am I wrong? Because it's just Subaru forgetting his memories, right? Like it's a funny thumbnail. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it matches. This new isekai has a lot of potential. do it for the LARP. I mean, if this can, I guess we could try. You can do an A/B test and try it, right? See if it gets a lot of views. But maybe I guess we can also try a standard one, right? A standard thumbnail like my other ones, where it's just me on the side. I don't really like this face though. I don't really like my face right here. But I guess it matches in this situation. Like a standard thumbnail, like you know, like this. Like this, I guess, with me on the side. Anyways, fuck, let's get back to the point. 7.5. I loved how the balcony scene was adapted. The visuals were very good and I was super invested in it. Ending was slightly rushed, but I also kind of liked how abrupt it was. I guess I just wish maybe the ending song was different. Was it rushed? I don't think it cut out anything. It was very fast in the novels too. I just think people don't like the novel scene, because at least for like novel readers, you can just like immediately go into the next chapter if you're confused, right? But in the anime, you can't because it's not out yet. So that's why people don't like it as much, I guess. Because in a novel, like imagine like that was the latest chapter in the novel and like that's it. You'd be left with the same impression, am I wrong? As like what people are complaining about. 6.6 out of 10. Quite underwhelming direction-wise, especially the final scene. What do these people want, bro? They wanted like some crazy, like creative way of adapting it. Like, how could he even do that? How, like, what would it even be like a crazy way of adapting it? Unless you like really change the source material, like, or change like how the scene was from the source material. Like 8.5, I love the majority of the episode. Lots of season 2 vibes. The ending lacked a lot of impact though, especially since everyone leaked what would happen. I mean, I guess like the spoilers would kind of affect it. Not that bad, better than episode 1 for sure. Some flashes of brilliance in the direction, but visually below average compared to most of the episodes. Yeah, bro, what the fuck do you want? Like, if this is like a mostly talking episode, this is like an entirely talking episode. Like, what do you mean visuals? Like, do they want some crazy like fucking like aura emanating from Subaru as soon as he wakes up? Or like I'm confused what these people want. Like, okay, give me an idea of what they could have added and how they could have adapted it in a way different than what they did. Like, they're just saying, oh, it was like creatively not that great. Okay, so what are the other options? What could have they added? Impact frames per syllable. True. They just want fighting slap. Okay, I mean, I don't know if this might be a little disingenuous. Obviously, I don't think they all just want fighting slap, but you know, climbing the stairs would be better, would make it better. True, I guess. RAM impact frames. They probably wanted some kind of episode 1 type of direction. The audience yearns the aura monster. You can never satisfy them. I mean, whatever. Overall good ep. I've also felt like some moments were a bit stiff, but overall it didn't bother me. I have no problems with how they handled the final scene. Solid episode, kind of calm before the storm for me. IMO, the episode should have cut the ED. I'm an anime only, so I don't know about the novel, but I feel like the episode needed a few seconds here and there, especially the twist at the end felt a bit rushed and bland when it comes to direction. I mean, he's a novel. I mean, he's not a novel reader, so I guess. I feel like, though, low-key, I feel like this guy's already been affected by the anti-anime novel propaganda, novel reader propaganda. 8.6 out of 10. Episode was really good. I don't know what people were expecting with that scene. My only complaints would be that the transition after Subaru falling asleep felt bad and sudden, but it was like the exact same in the novel. It was like literally the exact same. I just think people don't like the source material at this point. Let's read this. ReZero, this is like the first tweet I saw when I woke up today and checked my phone. Sorry, can you dress up as Trissy? What? All right, I'm gonna piss people off. I think it was very flawed. It was really stiff. Characters barely moved. The shots were uninspired overall, with some saving grace in the balcony scene. The bird chase scene was okay. Twist felt lackluster. 6 out of 10. Pretty definitely the worst episode of season 4. Episode 1 and 5 clear heavily, and they were the previous 2 candidates for the weakest episodes IMO. Now I feel really bad about saying direction was lacking for episode 5. I was wrong as fuck. This episode helps with the perspective. LOL. They're gonna eviscerate you when you ain't even being hyperbolic or anything. Does Asa agree? I'm guessing he agrees, right? I feel like they could have flashed episode 4 to 11 like they did for episode 1. Maybe. I don't know. Twist felt lackluster in the novel too. I don't get why people are expecting it to be insane. I didn't expect anything insane, just something a bit more life to it. Arc 1, Subaru is crazy expressive, and his initial reaction to being summoned is very over the top. The eye sparkle was nice, and so was the voice acting. I just would have liked a bit more expression. Is he talking about like after? Maybe. But he's like he's very much in shock here, right? And we're gonna see at the beginning of the next episode where he like, doesn't he stand up and do this with like his signature stance? We're gonna see that next episode. Yeah. Oh, maybe they should have included it in this. Like, was that signature stance in volume 22? ReZero volume 22, or was it in volume 20? Yeah, it was in volume 23. I think it was in volume 23, right? I don't want to spoil you guys with the... Yeah, it is. It's in volume 23. I mean, I guess it could have, like, this episode could have adapted a little bit of volume 23 with this. Maybe we'll see super expressive in the next episode. But I don't know. Maybe people are right. Maybe I'm like too biased. Do you need a link to the new break time? That would be nice, actually. I don't have a link yet. All right. Arc 1 Subaru is not nearly as confused as Arc 6, and it's presented from the perspective of the rest of the cast. The point isn't that he is a goofball here. The eye sparkle and the yelling mimicking his initial goofy response is definitely what they were going for here. IMO. He feels equally as confused in both scenes to me, being exposed to otherworldly things and having the same response. I don't know. Maybe people are, I don't know what to say. Yeah, we'll react to the break time soon. Thank you. But yeah, this is what do you guys think? Are some of the complaints valid, or is it mostly people just like being unfair? People are overreacting somewhat. It all depends what they do next episode, to be honest. It might be intentional that they not do something really creative. Very few. Somewhat valid, methinks. This episode was peak IMO, 9.5 out of 10. Nah, that's stupid. Not my favorite, but it was solid. I hope they don't cut the detail that Amelia is mad Subaru in Volume 23 because he calls her Amelia-chan instead of Tan. We'll see. Stiff animation, perhaps. Calling it creatively bankrupt? Nah. They could have add a who are you? Most sheep behavior. 7 out of 10, not enough Daniel. Felix cosplay when? What? Arc 6 to 9.9 out for me. The Ifrat LARPer was right. Ellen, can you please save your lives so I can watch? I mean, I can't save my lives, bro. I'm gonna get fucking touched by copyright. That's why I have them off. Characters. I don't know what gem the web novel had, but this seems like pseudo criticism to me. Yeah, I think this is like people are being a little bit unfair. Like they imagined, I'm really thinking these people imagined like a crazy like episode for this twist, but it's just one-to-one with the novel. Like I just think people are criticizing the novel more than the actual episode, because the studio tried to stay like very close to what the novel did. Right, maybe you'll see next episode. Maybe the next episode will save it, quote unquote, for a lot of people. Anyways, if you're watching YouTube, I will see you guys later. Actually, go watch my break time video reaction. It should be out. See you guys. Bye.